Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the KONTAINEROZ podcast. The podcast is sponsored by PortPro, the leading operating system for drayage carriers. Schedule a demo today at portpro.io. Hello, Los.
What it do, brother? Thank you so much for having me on your podcast.
It's very nice to meet you. You're fast. Why are you so pumped?
I'm just pumped to be here. Long story short, like my dad's been in the trucking industry for like 30 plus years. So I feel like truckers have like a special place in my heart. Is it okay if I call you guys truckers, or like what's like the proper terminology for that?
Yeah, we have that CDL. We're pretty much truckers. There's different genres,
But what's like the cool name? Is it truckers?
The cool name is KONTAINEROZ, bro.
Containeros? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Containeros. All right, cool.
There's a few other ways to say it, but yeah, I prefer the right way, KONTAINEROZ, not container ounce, not container oz.
Or not con arroz.
No, tampoco. But, so, tell the audience a little bit about what you do.
All right, sweet. So like basically my job is just to teach you how to like re-love yourself. Like that. I want you to learn how to love like the little kid that you left behind a long time ago. Because I feel like nowadays, you're comparing yourself to so many people. Like I assume your audience is like 25 plus, 30 plus, right? Like they're like chasing that next big thing, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, hey, are you making that fourth grade kid version proud of who you are today? That's the only form of validation that you need. So with my coaching system, I help bring out that fourth grade kid and let you know that's the only thing that matters. Say like, does that kid look up to you, who you are today? And that's my coaching system. It's not about health and fitness. Yeah, I'm really fucking good at that. I've been doing this professionally for like 8 years. Gives me a great lifestyle. But at the end of the day, it's not about the workouts. Fuck the workouts. If you have like 20 pounds to lose, I won't even make you touch a dumbbell or do a damn fucking push-up. That's stupid. Like, why would I make you do something that a lot of people do, right? Like you're like, in the coaching space, a lot of motherfucking coaches are like, hey, you should do burpees, you should do squats. Like, to see you have like 20 plus pounds to lose. I won't even make you do that. It's like, hey, bro, what you're currently eating, can we eat a little bit less than that? And guess what happens? The weight starts to come off. I'm building up their confidence. I'm not going to be like, hey, bro, like, let me throw you into the sharks with the ocean. It's like, we're going to start at the beach, at the bar, drinking Mai Tais. By the end of the program, you're going to be swimming with all the sharks and you're going to be like dancing with them. Like, you're not even going to know you're going to be swimming with the sharks. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like, that's how like my coaching system works. I know it works really good con las Containeros because my dad's a trucker. And I know the hacks that he's had throughout his life, and I've coached him as well. He's 61, but he has energy of a 21-year-old. So I'm really excited to coach your audience on that. So like with the podcast, like whatever you think your audience is struggling with as a truck driver, let's just say food-wise, sleep-wise, stress-wise, like anything you could think of that they're thinking about they would love to ask, like I would love to help them out with that. So thank you for letting me be here.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming. I would think a lot of truckers, they start off fit, right? And then over the years, they just lose it, you know? And what do you think are some things they can do to stay in shape to avoid getting there? Because it's obviously a lot harder to lose it than maintain it, right? Or is it opposite?
You know what I'm thinking about? Like when you start trucking, right? You start off fit. That's what you said, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you think it was like how relationships are too? Like you date a girl or a guy, like whatever you like. And you're fit when you first start dating them, but as years go by, the weight starts to pack on.
Oh, that too, right? You get comfortable.
Isn't that similar with trucking too, in a sense? Because like the habits that you built up to become a trucker, I assume you had to put in like a lot of hours, right? Just school, the knowledge you had to put in just to become a trucker, right? So you build up all these healthy habits, right? Once you became a trucker, you let go of those habits that made you a trucker. Right? So it's like, hey, let's not let go of those habits that got you to that. Like those are the habits that got you there. Let's keep up with that discipline. That's just the thing. It's like when you're trying to date a girl, right? You're dressing your best, you're brushing your teeth day and night, you know, so she don't smell that stanky breath. Like you're doing everything in your power, you're opening the door for her, right? You get comfortable. Then what happens? Like your chick like starts to lose interest, right? It's the same thing with the trucking industry. It's like, I think like the way the trucking and relationships are, it's the same thing. Like, hey, I know you love your truck, but in order for you to love your truck and keep going those extra miles, you got to love yourself. You got to put yourself first. Just like relationships, you got to put yourself first. When you put yourself first, right? You take care of yourself. When you take care of yourself, you could love your wife more. When you take care of yourself in the trucking industry, you could drive more hours. You could be not as stressed out, overwhelmed when there's traffic. You're like, hey, this is fine. I love being in traffic. So it's just changing that mindset a little bit.
What about the time constraints though? Like me, that was my thing, right? My excuse. Cause to be honest, by the end of the shift, I'm going hard, like to make money, right? I'm going hard. I'm burned out at the end of the night, and I have no desire to work out. And
What
then
was like your
there's
schedule when you were driving?
It would shift, but it would be like a lot of hours.
Like from what time to what time, if you remember?
Sometimes I would like leaving late at night, like 11 p.m. and driving all night, and then arriving, right? And then doing my thing and trying to make it back to be back the next day in the day. I don't know if that makes sense, but like start on a Sunday in la madrugada, right?
Yeah.
So that I could finish early Monday, depending on how far the delivery
So
is.
you'll be back home Monday at 10 a.m. in bed?
Yeah, so my eating point would be maybe when I get over there, have a meal. And that was my thing. I'll eat and I'll go to sleep after, because I felt like I could only eat when I'm stopped, obviously, right? For safety reasons. And long story short, there's no time to dictate, like, at 11 o'clock exactly, I'm going to, eat a meal. After this time, I won't eat. If I don't eat at a certain time, I don't know what time I'll be able to eat.
Right.
That's what I mean. There's like...
Those hours straight on the road, how many hours were you on the road for? Like to
depending
that destination?
on the 6 hours, 7 hours, seven and a half.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
So the roadmap I would give you, or whoever's going through that current lifestyle, is I would make them walk at least 30 to 45 minutes. It could be like an indoor walk, just literally in your office or at your house, just to get your heart rate up a little bit, right? If you don't like eating at night, that's fine. You don't have to eat at night, right? I doubt that with that schedule you would like to eat at night, right? You could pack almonds, cashews, pistachios. You could pack hard-boiled eggs, right, as snacking options. Beef jerky for those 6 hours. But technically at that time, I doubt anybody's hungry. Once you get to the drop-off station, that's when you should, like, instead of like chilling when you're parked, getting up, picking up your next load, I imagine, is like getting up, moving around. It's like, hey, you're just sitting down for so many hours, right? I know you must be hungry, but let's move that body a little bit. And then cool, like what did you pack, right? With the trucks that you guys drive, is there like a way to take like a portable cooler, like with the fan inside?
Yeah.
They have those, right? And then I know at truck stops they have microwaves, right? So it's just learning what foods to pack that fuel you. Just being a transparent question. When truck drivers drive, like what kind of food do they tend to grab when they first get to a station? Like what kind of food would that be?
Me personally, it was if I can park the truck anywhere near the area of a fast food joint, something quick to go.
Now with that fast food, did you feel energized after that meal, or did you get a little bit more tired? Like a couple hours later.
The meal was delicious, but after, that's when I got sleepy.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So like a good analogy to that would be like, let's just pretend with food, right? Or with alcohol, right? Like who doesn't love drinking alcohol, right? Like it's great while you're at it, right? But the next day, how do you wake up feeling? Everybody. How do they wake up feeling?
Fucked up.
Like shit, right? So the whole point of this method that I'm trying to coach your audience is like, if that makes you feel bad after, why are you going to do it anyways? It might be great for 30 minutes, an hour, that mental satisfaction of that food. But if you know for a fact you're going to feel like shit after, why are you doing it? Oh, I'm doing it because it's quick and convenient. Right?
Yeah.
But if we get you prepared before you leave the house with your, your cooler, right? We get to the trucking station and you microwave your food, right? Like it's, for me, a quick, easy hack for your audience would be like fats. I mean, I like almonds. I like cashews. I don't know if you guys like chicken, like the grilled chicken they saw at Costco. That they have like pre-made grilled chicken. I'm not lying. You can get 1 minute rice. You could even get a salad bag with your audience, like a salad bag with that dressing, whatever dressing it is. I don't give a damn. You can make a whole little mix there and then just eat that. And then that's going to fuel you to get back home with energy. Versus you being like, oh man, I'm so tired. I could barely breathe because that food was so good, right? You shouldn't eat to get really full, because when you get really full, you get really sleepy, right? So like for me with my lifestyle, like I wake up at 3:30 a.m. I don't have to wake up at 3:30. The only reason why I wake up at 3:30 is that at that time I get to put my demons to sleep. If I sleep in, I'm waking up with my demons. If I wake up at 3:30, I have enough time to kill my personal demons. So by the time the world wakes up, I'm a normal human being.
What time do you go to bed with that schedule?
At 9.
At 9?
Mm-hmm. So 9, I wake up at 3:30.
When did you start that?
I started that, I'm not going to lie. So I started working in the funeral business when I was like 15 and 19. So that kind of like taught me like waking up early. Because, you know, the funeral business, like, as a joke, everybody's always dying, right? So,
yeah.
I mean, that's how I just got me into that joke. But anyways, so
That's
like everybody's always dying. So I was like, hey, like, what's the right schedule? Because I live in the Inland Empire, and where I worked at was in Inglewood, right? So I would have to wake up at 2:33 a.m. actually. So my work started at 6, but I knew how to kill my demons first, right? Even at that age. So I will go to the Inglewood 24-hour fitness and get there, let's just say by like 4:30, right? Work out for 30 minutes to 45 minutes, shower, and I'll be at the mortuary at 6 a.m. sharp. There'll be some nights I was too tired to drive home, so I would just stay there, sleep on the couch, like a little couch, shorter than me, and then just wake up the next day, shower at the gym, and get back to it.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's more like, hey, I need to take care of my mental health if I want to show up better for other people. Right?
I hear that a lot from you, the demons. What do people, well, in general, I hear it a lot too, right? Like fighting demons, my demons. What do you mean by killing your demons?
So like killing my demons is like my insecurities. Like I still feel like a fat piece of shit. Like in 4th grade, I weighed 200 pounds. Like not 200, my bad, 150 pounds in 4th grade. And that age was really hard for me. Like kids were making fun of me. They're calling me like fat piece of shit. And that summer, just by the grace of God or just believing in myself, don't ask me how I had that self-belief at that age. I lost 50 pounds during that summer vacation. Then I still suffer from like that insecurities. Like, why do you think I wear big shirts? Like, I like to wear big shirts because it's like it doesn't show like my fatness. Although to you, I might not look fat. Mentally, I still feel like that, right? Another reason why I wake up that early is because I'm able to take care of my health first. If I notice I get my heart rate up first thing in the morning, I forget about my negative self-talk. We all have that negative self-talk in us, right? If I say, hey, you're a fat piece of shit, that's how I talk to myself. And I assume that's how everybody talks to themselves. They have like that negative self-talk, right? But if I bring it out and you get to actually hear it, it's like, okay, cool. Like you only grow through adversity, right? The growing stage is hard, but that's when you're most proud of yourself. When it comes back to trucking, like you probably have like some crazy trucking stories. You're like, oh my God, I can't believe I drove 16 hours straight. And then after you're like, oh man, I did that? Man, I also feel really fucking good. I feel like, wow, I'm proud of myself, right? But that's something you guys love to do. You love putting in those long hours. Obviously, the trucking industry is great pay. I know because of my pops, it's great pay. You guys are just always after that overtime or et cetera, right? That's really cool what you guys are doing. Like, you're more badass than like 90% of the population because you're putting your life on the fucking line every day. If one of you motherfuckers falls asleep on the road, you're fucking dead.
Likely,
right? So like, or likely, right? But like, chances are you're gonna die.
Fuck some shit up.
Yeah, fuck some shit up or break some shit up, right? So when it comes to your food, you gotta see that as fuel during those long hours that you're putting in.
Well, what I feel is that with see, I get you, but not our schedules aren't like, see, you don't have unpredictable schedules where, right? There's different types of truckings, maybe.
Yeah.
Your dad's schedule, how was that?
That was more like UPS.
More like a dedicated, right? Like,
so like
he knows when he starts, he knows when he ends.
Then sometimes I'll call him for overtime.
Okay.
My dad's a rare beast. Like I'm telling you, he'll go from here to Chicago and back in 4 days, get home and pick up overtime. They're actually cutting back hours at UPS now for overtime. You can't do overtime after a long trip, which is bullshit. But like my dad was just a workhorse, but like what I learned from him in the trucking industry was just taking the cooler and having a microwave there. That's literally it. He's like, hey, I'm not going to order fast food, although it might be convenient for me, but if I'm just sticking to this would be great. Or if your audience still wants to stick to the fast food option, just eat half of it, and then the rest could just be healthier food. Be like, hey, I'm going to eat, instead of me eating like a what do people normally get out of fat foods? Like more burgers or burritos? Like what do you think?
Yeah, burgers, burritos.
Okay, so let's say if
easy
it's a
to-
burrito, right? Like a burrito with fries. Say, hey, I'm just gonna eat half the burrito. I'm gonna eat half the fries, and then I'm gonna eat the meal that I prepared, right? Or if you want to make it even better, eat the meal you're prepared, and then try to eat that half the burrito first.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not trying to change your life. Let's just cut back half and replace the other half with healthier alternatives. That's all it is. People tend to overthink it. We overthink so much that we're gonna tell, oh, I'm gonna start on Monday. I'm gonna start on Monday. Monday goes by 10 years later, and you're still and people are like, I'm gonna start on Monday. It's like, hey, like stop overthinking it. Like your audience knows what to do. It's like, hey, let's just start off with half your food of what you're currently eating. This is, hey, let's break that down in half and replace the other half with healthier alternatives. I don't have to tell your audience like, hey, what healthy foods are. They already know what the healthy foods are.
That little voice, huh?
It's just that little voice. Your subconscious is is the most purest form of God talking to you.
Huh.
So that subconscious thoughts that you're having,
Yeah.
those thoughts aren't your thoughts. Those thoughts are from the universe telling you, hey, this is what you should be doing. But you keep putting it away because you don't want to talk to your God. You are God. You can only talk to God. Why I wake up at 3:30 a.m. At that time, once I kill my demons right away, I like to get my heart rate up real fast. So I'll just get on the treadmill at the house for like 15 minutes, like a power walk. I don't run. Fuck running.
Yeah, fuck running.
Yeah, fuck that. So I just walk on the treadmill at an incline, get my heart rate up. It's like, okay, I feel good. And then my thoughts go to zero. Because when your heart rate's up, you can't think about shit, dog. You're just like, I'm trying to bring down my heart rate. So once my heart rate starts to go down, that's when I get the downloads from the universe, the downloads from God, like those subconscious thoughts that I have. I'm like, why am I getting these thoughts? Should I act on them? I probably should act on those thoughts because like, hey, like my thoughts are calm right now. Like, what am I thinking about? Cool. If I don't act on those thoughts, I'm probably going to treat myself like shit the rest of the day because I already know what I should be doing, but I'm going to pretend be busy the rest of the day as to why I can't do it. Mm-hmm. Right? So like your subconscious thoughts, as like we all know how to eat healthy. You could Google it. You could go on TikTok, whatever it is. Like even if I just get you down to just eating half of what you normally do and replace that whatever half you think is healthy food, go for it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. There's no secret to it.
I eat out of anxiety. Like I feel, it feels good. I like snacking. I like got a sweet tooth. They call it, right?
Yeah.
Puro candy, you know. And then me, it feels like okay, I'm not doing this anymore, so it's okay to do this. Or I'm not doing that, so it's okay to do this. Like I don't drink no more. I don't do drugs anymore. I don't, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like I gotta indulge in something, right? So, do you know why anxiety kicks in on people? Like, what is anxiety to you?
Anxiety to me is you not letting your inner voice live as you're trying to drain those thoughts. Like, you know the right things to do. Everybody knows what's the right thing to do. But they keep draining that with food. Don't get me wrong. I love ice cream. Like, oh my God, who doesn't love ice cream at night? Right? But if I'm like, hey, like tonight I'm not going to have ice cream. I'm going to sit with my thoughts tonight. Or I'm going to have a genuine conversation with my girlfriend instead of me not thinking about anything else, just thinking about that bomb ass ice cream. Like, once you get to that crossroad in your life where you really want that ice cream or you really want like those almond chocolates, I fucking love those. Anyways, like when you delayed that gratification, you're going to be so fucking proud of yourself. It's like a challenge that you should have is how long can I delay this gratification? If you could delay that gratification, your confidence starts to go up. That's all it is. It's like anxiety comes from future worries, right? Because you're thinking about the future. You're not living in the moment. Anxiety, I'm sorry to say this, it's just a selfish form because you're just thinking about yourself. That's all it is. You're just thinking about the future. Oh, what if this could happen? What if this could happen? But what about if you have a daughter right next to you and you're thinking about the future? What if right now your daughter's just right next to you or son's right next to you? It's like, hey, Dad. And you're just worried about the future. Like, no, what matters is just this moment. Like, this could be your last breath. Did you really give it your all? Like, anxiety, like, it sucks. Stress sucks, right? Suicide sucks. Like, if you're going to commit suicide, you might as well kill your mom first because it's just like the damage you're going to do to everybody else. No, I'm being serious with that. Like, I thought about suicide a long time ago. And when I was in that state, it was all about thoughts of me, 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 me. me. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why am I thinking like this? Like, it's all about me. How I was able to get rid of those demons is I started to get my heart rate up. I have God-given talents, man. I'm really good at changing people's fucking life, but sometimes I do get those negative thoughts. And I notice if I don't stick to my fucking routine, that's when I break.
For real.
Like for example, if you're in jail, right? There's no bitches, there's no money, right? How are you judged in jail? I actually know the answer. You're judged in jail by being the most presentable. Is your cell fucking perfectly clean? Are you the yokest motherfucker there? That's it. Are you perfectly clean? Are you the yokest motherfucker there? That's their validation, right? So we got to figure out for your audience, what's their validation? If the money's taken away, the family's taken away, your validation is your routine. How you do everything is, or how you do anything is how you do everything, right? So that's everything is found in your routine. If you want to live a healthier, happier life, do the hard shit first thing in the morning. For someone, it might be like, hey man, I don't want to walk 15 minutes, or I don't want to hit snooze. But if you don't hit snooze, the rest of the day, you're going to be like, oh man, I did not hit snooze. Today's a great fucking day because I did not hit snooze. God damn it. I'm ready for all the blessings you're going to give me because I didn't hit snooze today. Right? So it's like doing that one thing hard and delaying that gratification that you have, that the shit that you want. You're like, oh man, like, let's just say something easy, right? Like your audience is, I know it's a mature audience, right? Let's just say like, oh man, like, you know what would be great? It would be great for me to go eat some pizza right now with the boys and drink some beer, right? Oh my God, but tomorrow I have work. But when you wake up tomorrow, you're going to be feeling like shit, right? So why do it in the first place? Why not, instead of that, invest that time with your family or invest that time in yourself? Everybody knows what to do. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to tell you to listen to your thoughts.
Yeah, but a lot of times we don't like being told what to do, even though we know it's the right thing.
Right.
Like just hearing it from someone else, it's like the coaching world is filled with a lot of like people just like telling you shit.
Right.
Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like,
No, it's understandable.
is it like an ego thing that some of us are
like
not?
all men have ego.
Yeah.
If I say all men have ego, everybody does. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling your audience what to do. I just want your audience to listen to their inner voice. When everything is quiet, what is that inner voice telling them to do? That's what you should do. That's all it is. Me as a coach, I'm just helping you bring out that inner voice. I don't care that you're fat or you're stressed out. I just want you to, I want to teach you how to listen to your inner voice. Once you master listening to your inner voice, you'll be unstoppable. Because once you listen to your inner voice and you take action and you keep delaying that gratification, you're going to be really proud of yourself. Sometimes we take out our stress on food and anxiety, or like, let's just say food or bitches, because we're not proud of ourselves. Hey, I'm going to take myself down this fucking dark hole because I'm not proud of myself. I'm a fucking loser. I'm going to go fuck this up on cocaine and bitches. Don't get me wrong. It's great, but you feel like shit after, right?
Yeah.
Right? It's great. Like if you could bust a nut in last 24 hours of busting that nut, keep doing it, but that's impossible, man. Busting a nut is 2 minutes and you're happy for 10 seconds after and you're back to your bullshit life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like
Still empty inside.
you're still empty inside. So it goes back to your routine. Like your routine is your salvation. Your routine is your church. Right? Like that is your routine is telling yourself, hey, I love you. Why do people run towards the food, the bitches, and all that? It's because they haven't learned how to love themselves. That's all it is. Once you learn how to truly love yourself for who you are, hey, I accept that I'm overweight. Thank you, body, for letting me finally understand that I'm overweight. I'm ready to listen to you. Like if whatever you tell me to do, I'm going to take action on. That's all you had to do. Like, who cares about the past? Oh my God, in the past, I was a college athlete or I was a world star, famous basketball player. I don't give a fuck about your past. All I care about is this moment, this conversation with you. Like a lot of people want to talk to them about their weight loss journey. They're like, oh, I used to be this. I used to be that. I used to be a marathon runner. But what are you now? Oh man. Well, fuck. I'm like, okay, no, but really, let's talk about it. Like, what are you right now? Oh, well, I'm stressed out. I'm overweight. Well, usually when you're overweight, when you are overweight, you're more stressed out, right? Because all that food chemicals are just fucking with your thoughts. Like food's really addictive. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. right? So like that, if you know you're putting poison into your body, why do you keep doing it? Because the government's winning. They're winning just by doing that. They want us all to be fat
And depressed.
and reliant on antidepressants and drugs. Why do they want that? Because they don't want you receiving the downloads from the fucking universe. I'm on my mom. I know this is the truth. The shit that the government gives to us is to keep us from receiving downloads from up there.
What do you mean by downloads? Like when your guides, like your
Downloads would mean
intuition?
like intuition. Like sometimes like on like people on my Instagram stories like, man, like I really needed to hear that.
Oh.
And I'm like, that's not me. That's just what the universe wanted me to share today. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Right? So like for me, downloads are like, everybody has downloads. How do you listen to those downloads is putting yourself through delayed gratification. If you tell yourself, hey, I'm not going to eat ice cream for a week, and you actually fight through that delayed gratification when that ice cream is presented, or when that bitch is presented to you, or when that fun drug is presented to you, and delay that gratification longer, you'll start to like hear some pure, like better thoughts. You're like, oh, wow, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should quit my job and do that. I probably would have never thought about that if I stopped doing drugs. But yeah, keep doing drugs. That's great. But like, just delay that gratification. Let's say if you like to drink drugs, drink whatever, 3 to 5 times a week. Be like, hey, you know, instead of me drinking every single day, I'm gonna delay that gratification till Sunday.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
I think when you go too hard, like from the get go, like it's cold turkey. That's why, at least I feel like that's why I have these patterns where like I have these like, oh, I give myself like this 100-day challenge and then I don't complete it, and there goes a hit on my confidence.
Yeah, you're a fucking loser.
And then I have
complete it.
This exactly. That's how I feel, right? When I fail at it, and then what makes it worse is making it public. You feel that making it public will put pressure on you to go harder, and it'll work in your favor, but it doesn't. Now it's double the
double
guilty
double the risk
or remorse or whatever.
Bro, that's
the word
everybody.
is.
Everybody's like that.
But it's like, why do we feel we need to
go all in?
Yeah, like
everybody does that. I call that the famous yo-yo diet. That's all it is. Every year, every motherfucker does the New Year challenge, right? They're on it for 3 days. On the 4th day, oh, I fucked up. I just had some ice cream. I'm like, dude, that's great. You had ice cream. But it's like if you get a flat tire on the freeway, when you get home, we're going to stab all your other tires. I'm being serious.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
No, if you get a flat tire on the freeway, when you get home, are you going to stab your other 3 tires?
No shit,
right? It's the same thing with like if you fuck up once, don't keep fucking up for the rest of the year. Be like, hey, I forgive myself. I love myself. Like I'm gonna set the clock back. We're starting fresh again. Like don't wait till Monday. It's like, oh man, I fucked up tonight. You know what? Let's keep fucking up till Monday. Mm-hmm. Everybody does that, and then Monday comes and it's already 2024, and you're back on the bullshit again.
Yeah. Right.
Like we tend, like we're so hard on ourselves, but sometimes being really hard on ourselves, it's like we're being kind of selfish. It's like, oh, I'm so hard. It's a back to me mindset. You're back to talking about yourself.
Yeah.
When it shouldn't be like that. It's like, hey, you know what? I fucked up today. Let's just start the clock over. That's all it is. Right?
What if some people are just not like fitness material? Like,
I
wasn't have that.
I wasn't a fitness material. I was a fat kid, insecure motherfucker at a young age. Dude, kids will make fun of me. They'll throw soda at me. Like it was depressing as fuck. I wasn't meant to be fit.
Yeah, but when you do it, are you really? Is that? Really,
I fucking hate working out.
Oh, is that really you?
No, I hate working out. I hate waking up early.
So that's the difference. You keep doing it even though you hate it.
Because it makes me more proud of myself. Like I'll tell you this: when you go to sleep, right? I'm being real. Like when you go to sleep, you have to fake sleep, and then you fall asleep, right? You're like, all right, I'm sleeping, and then you fall asleep. You got to fake it, right?
I didn't think of it like that, but yeah.
Yeah, like you're laying in bed, you're like,
it's all right, sleep time.
All right, put the phone away. All right, I'm done with the phone. All right, let's go. Sleep, bitch. Sleep. 100, 99, 98, 97, right? You're fake it, right? Fake being fit. Like fake loving it. Like fake loving your job. Fake it. And then you'll learn to love it. Because then you become proud of yourself. Mm-hmm. You just got to fake it. This is how you fake falling asleep. Fake loving that you love waking up early. Yeah. Like if I don't wake up early, I'm going to be a dick to everybody that day. And I take care of a lot of coaching clients, right? But sometimes I'm like, man, like it feels good to hit snooze. And then I'll wake up like an asshole to everybody. And then I'm mad at myself. And then when I'm mad at myself, I'm not going to work out. I'm going to go eat some fucking ice cream. And I don't like going down that road because then my negative thoughts come to be thinking about like, oh man, I lost 50 grand in disinvestment. Like I'm a fucking loser, which I really did. Oh man, this business partner sold 45 grand. Oh, that really did happen. Oh man. Then I start thinking about all this negative shit in my life. Mm-hmm. But if I don't do that and I just wake up and I take care of myself first, those thoughts will never come into me. And that starts by sticking to your routine. That's all it is. If you stick to your routine, you'll be able to receive those downloads. With those downloads, you'll know how to take care of your health.
Everyone's so desperate. Am I saying everyone or am I speaking about myself? I don't know. But me, I'll speak about myself. Everyone, it's like desperation to find that happiness, right? But I don't think that's like a destination because obviously I took it serious enough to travel to a whole other continent in the pursuit of it as well, right? And seeking like to learn more about myself. And there's like those steps that I'm taking and it's getting me there. But all those actions, they take effort, right? And little by little, I guess the point is that it's not as easy as just buying something or taking something or doing something. It's more of a non-stop thing, I think. I think it's never going to stop. You just have to find ways to keep fueling yourself with the right downloads or whatever you want to call them. Like, you're looking at me like you don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
No, it's true. Like it's like you're always gonna chase happiness, right?
Yeah, because I thought
or quick happiness.
Before ayahuasca, I thought, okay, drug free. Okay, maybe this. Oh, this is pretty cool. I like coke. Oh, the meth. Oh shit, it gives me that feeling, right?
Yeah.
Then it's on to the next thing, the booze. Oh, okay, that kind of keeps me numb, and I'm kind of numb to all the shit coming in, and it's like nothing hurts me, I don't care what people think when I'm drinking. I don't care about nothing other than myself when I'm on a sick one, right? And then that gets you into a lot of trouble, and then you're like, okay, maybe that's not working out for me. It's not worth the risk is not worth the reward. So then you switch up to sobriety. And you still feel there's something missing, right?
It's the the last of the Mohicans. That's the food.
The food.
That's the last one. You could overcome any fucking obstacle: the drugs, the bitches, the cheating, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But the last one standing in your way for everybody, including me, is the food.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the hardest one.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to get rid of the food. Like literally, like with your audience.
Is that fucking simple? It comes down to food? Like, is that what you're saying?
Food is fuel. Like, food is fuel. Like, if I were to put shitty gasoline in one of your driver's trucks, how far would that truck go before it gets fucked up?
With time, it'll result in some,
right? Over time.
Yeah.
But if I give it good fuel and I take care of it, how much further would that truck go?
A lot more.
It's the same thing with your body. You have a lot more to give to this universe. We all do. Like, as a joke, but this is really seriously, like, you beat out millions of sperm to be born today. Mm-hmm. Like, your dad had that one special nut, and you beat all the other nuts before that to be born today. Like, why are you just living through life? Like, why are you just going through the motions? Why not ask of yourself for more? It's like, hey, I do deserve more. Let me get more. How do I get more? It comes down to my routine. It comes down to my schedule. It comes down to delaying my gratification, because then I can receive those downloads.
It's not as easy as just going to Colombia and drinking ayahuasca.
No, like that's still like we did that too. Like we both went to the jungle. I did ayahuasca. 4 hard days. My legs are still itching from the fucking jungle. Like the mosquito bites are still itching to this day. I've been coffee, energy drink, and alcohol and pharmaceutical uppers free for 2 months now. But I'm still not happy.
Thank you, because I feel like that's what's missing with me. I'm no longer craving drugs or alcohol.
But I'm not happy.
But all the other stuff is still there.
It's still there. And then, so like for me, a couple of my buddies called us like, hey, you don't look as happy. I'm like, okay, but like, I'm proud of myself that I'm not doing that shit anymore because you guys knew me as that person. Right. But how do I find my happiness? Is just by sticking to my routine. My routine's so fucking simple, guys.
You're saying routine. I don't know. Routine. It's not that easy, I think.
It's routine. You want to know my routine? Is I have a going to bed alarm. That's it. And I wake up when I wake up. You want to know what times I wake up from? Between 3:30 to 5. Naturally. It takes a while, right? So with your audience, it's depending on their driving schedule. But like if they have a consistent driving schedule, they could come up with like a sleeping routine. You just need 5 hours.
They just gotta know their shift, right? Like
You just have to know your shift for the next
Okay.
month or 60 days or whatever. Like then you could really have this dialed routine. I'm not even telling you guys to work out. If you're 20 pounds overweight or if you can't see your dick, like you shouldn't work out. Like,
I could still see my dick.
oh, so you're good.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like you're good. Like, but I'm saying it's like you shouldn't even
It still works too, so
That's good.
I'm still good.
I'm good. Hopefully you don't have kids in other countries. But anyways, but like you shouldn't like you threw me off with that. With your
You
dick
threw
so
me off.
large.
How dare you say those inappropriate comments?
But like you know what I mean, right?
Yeah. Ay, cochino ass food.
Hey, I'm just speaking the truth, man. That's all it is. Like everybody relates to losing weight as I have to work out. Why do you have to work out, sir? Why? Like not to be an asshole, but kids in South America or in Africa or in third world countries, those motherfuckers don't work out and they're skinny as fuck. Mm-hmm. You want to know why? Because they're moving their goddamn body the whole day. They're in motion. Obviously, as a truck drivers, you guys have been blessed with the opportunity to not move your body that much. So you rose to the challenge that when you're not working, you should be moving your body for a little bit. You're doing one of the most difficult jobs on this planet. I really think so. Like, I look up so much to my pops as a hard worker. Like, my dad wasn't a dad to me till my late 20s. My dad gave me love through material things, but I never had a relationship with my dad till he started taking care of his health because he was just chasing all that over time. And then my mom had to become like my dad. Right now, I love both my parents. I really have a great relationship with my dad now, but wasn't able to fully understand my dad and what he went through until he started showing up for himself. For him, like when he was done driving for the day or coming home from work, he'd like call my mom. I was like, hey, I'm going to go to the gym just for 30 minutes and sit in the sauna. Wasn't even working out at that point. It was just sauna, jacuzzi, stuff that relaxes him, that's healthy. And it is my mom cooking a good meal for him, home cooked meal.
Yummy.
That's, and then finally my dad was more present. He wasn't thinking about, the next overtime. Then the relationship started getting better. And I feel like that's a lot of your audience with their kids. They get off work. What's the easiest thing to do? Let me go grab a beer to de-stress. Then I'll go home.
Or go to sleep. Get home, the kids are there, but you fall asleep. I would get home and I would want to sleep.
Right.
So you hear the kids playing in the living room and all that going on. Oh, mijos, no hagan ruido, está dormido papi. It's like,
right.
I should be, they're kids. They don't know the shift and how it went. You still.
It's all about planning your shift. Like if you do have to go to sleep, great, go to sleep. Your kids know that. They're going to learn to know that. But like, for example, if I had kids, right, and I had a busy schedule, at the time I wake up, I would wake up my kids at, let's just say 5 a.m. and I would devote a solid hour to them. I would make them wake up early. I was like, hey kids, like I'm most present at this time. So I'm going to wake you the fuck up and we're going to go on a walk. Or like, hey, we're going to, or whatever. But no, I'm being serious. Like once I do have kids, like that's the schedule I want to put them on. Cause that's when I'm the most present. Yeah. Like kids don't want that much attention. They just want to know that you give a fuck about them and that you at least devote some attention to them. An hour is a lot for most of your odds. Even if it's just 30 minutes of just no phone, just you and the kid, whatever you and your kid like to do, right? And then go about your day. Or if it's a night shift, you're going to tell your wife, it's like, hey, wife, like, hey, we're going to have date night later in the week, but right now it's just focus on the kids. So when I get home, I'm going to devote 30 minutes to them and then I'm going to go to sleep. Because then you're conscious, you feel proud of yourself. I didn't go straight to bed because I was with my kids for 30 minutes. Okay, now I'm going to go to sleep. Now I'm like, you know what? Like, I delayed my gratification of sleep. I was there for my kids. Okay, now I can go to sleep in peace.
What about these guys that don't get to go home, right? And they jerk off before they go to bed. I'm not saying it was me, but I'm just saying for.
Okay, got it. So so basically that they just want a quick sense of fulfillment or like they matter. It's like, oh yeah, I was able to fuck XYZ person. Oh my God, I feel like I'm important now. I feel validated, right? That's all it is. You just want a form of validation.
What about masturbating?
Masturbation is the same thing. Like you want a form of feeling in power. Like, oh yeah, this is like I'm busting a nut. I control this nut.
Have you heard of that no fap movement or whatever they call it? Like,
yeah.
What's the science behind that? I heard that in a lifespan of the average man, they release about 5 gallons of sperm through jerking off.
Right.
So, and why is that bad?
So like for me, like it's just it's delayed gratification, right? If you can't get it the real way, why are you gonna do it? That's my form of delayed gratification, right? Like that's all it is. Like it's like if you could delay that satisfaction, you're gonna be more proud of yourself. But obviously, if you really have a bad one, then pop one. You know, where it's like, oh my god, this one's unbearable. Well, pop that motherfucker. That's it. You know. But like if it's something that you could delay, you are gonna have more energy.
Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, like it is very primal of us to like have sex, right? It does give you energy, it does put you in a great mood, right? But like let's just say if you're not in that stage yet of having that someone, then delay that gratification. But if it's one that you have to pop, well, pop and then go about your day. But like don't let that be your self-worth. Like, oh my god, I have this problem. It's like great, like, hey, and it's like if you could delay, like, I'm like, I can't say this. If you get those thoughts, the quickest thing you could do is do something that gets your heart rate up. For me, what that could be, even for your audience, is like, hey, just hold a plank. Just get on your elbows on the ground and pretend you're gonna do a push-up. If you can't have your knees off the ground, just hold that position for 30 seconds. Tell me if you want to bust a nut after. Or if you get those thoughts, right? And I just tell you, like, hey, let's just say do some squats for a minute. And if you still want to bust a nut after, do it by all means. Chances are you're not, because those thoughts go away. Those thoughts are meant to be there because they're trying to keep you away from your best version of yourself. The thing that I'm scared most about now with my life is what are people going to write on the tombstone when I die? Like, what's going to be my slogan?
What would you like it to be?
I'm still working on it. I'm learning on, for me, it's still not being cozy. That's one of my quotes. Like, don't chase the coziness because the coziness gave you the body you have today.
Does that put you a lot of pressure on you being a coach? Because people tend to be like, well, if you're coaching me, let me see what you're all about.
It's not really about me coaching. I'm not a normal coach. I'm not here to be like, hey, guys, do sit-ups and crunches. Fuck all that bullshit, dog. I'm here to change your life. Like I said, my job is to find the blueprint for your life. I'm not even talking about workout. Like the blueprint means like, hey, like what time can we kill your demons? What time does that work for you? For me, it's at 3:30. For you, it might be 1 p.m. Okay, great. From that time to that time, your phone's on silent. Let's attack that, and then let's go about your day. Everybody has a different schedule. So my job is just to create a schedule that works with your schedule and intermingle some things. I don't like adding more stuff to people's schedule. I like taking stuff away. And that's how you move forward. But everybody, when they start a fitness journey, they start adding this, adding that, I need protein powder. No, you fucking don't. You need to eat food. I need fat burners. No, you fucking don't. You just need to eat less than what you're fucking eating. Oh, I need to work out. No, you fucking don't. All you got to do is just walk a little bit more and eat half of what you're currently eating, and congrats. If your audience likes drinking soda every day, if I just tell them to not drink soda for a year, they lost 20 plus pounds. On my mom, they lost 20 plus pounds. If they like drinking alcohol, if they like drinking beer, I'm not telling them to quit. But if I get them to stop drinking beer and go straight to hard liquor like tequila or vodka, just pure, they will lose weight because there's no carbs in hard alcohol. Like, see, guys, like I'm even here helping you out from people like to drink. Like, switch your beer to a hard liquor, and you'll lose weight. Right? But I'm saying that's if you want to be down that road.
Yeah.
I'm not here to judge you. I'm just put on this earth to help you come up with the blueprint for your life. That's all it is. Your blueprint is your Bible. You see what I'm saying? It's like when you're little and you go to church, like you got to read some shit, right? And you're like, oh man, this is the true word. Okay, I know if I do this and I pray and I read, I'm going to be proud of myself. I'm going to have a great day. But what if the true word is your routine?
Yeah. I never thought of it like that. I thought that, I don't know, I guess I gave it like deadlines, like 100-day challenge, or do this till you lose X amount of weight. But even if I were to lose the weight, it doesn't mean it's over, huh? Like you still have to.
It's not, and I love that you said that because 8 years ago I was in charge of a gym, boot camp. You've probably seen their Facebook ads. Everybody does it now. It's called the free 6-week challenge. I assume everybody's seen those ads, like for lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks for free. So how that works is very simple. You spend $600, right? The diet is very simple. You just eat tilapia and asparagus. There's more details to it. Let's just pretend you eat tilapia and asparagus for 6 weeks, right? Well, no fucking shit, you're gonna lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks. But can you really picture yourself eating tilapia and asparagus for the rest of your life? No, I'm being serious. Can you really picture it?
No.
So like people only put deadlines because they want to be motivated, right? But when they add those deadlines, they add food that they can't picture eating the rest of their life with. So I'm like, hey, let's enjoy the foods you like to eat, but let's enjoy it in moderation. And the rest of the day, let's sub it out with better food. Amen. That's a lifestyle. There's no more deadlines. Right? Like us having these deadlines leads us to abusing pharmaceutical drugs. Like, I'm stressed out because I have this as a deadline. I have this deadline. It's like, no, like there's no deadlines for me. My deadline is my routine. It's like, did I hit my routine today? Great. Everything falls back to your routine. If you do your routine, the rest of your day would be better. Whatever challenges you have, if you're able to take care of yourself first, if you wake up at night, midday, like whenever your wake up is, I don't care what it is. But if you could take care of yourself for at least 30 minutes to an hour before you start the day, you'll be able to achieve anything you want.
What if I have allegedly started incorporating psilocybin?
Oh, mushrooms?
Yeah.
I mean, mushrooms are great. I mean, I love mushrooms. I like really love mushrooms. I don't really know the micro doses that I do, but like let's just say like once or twice a week, maybe like 1 to 3 grams total a week. I've just noticed now with like with how present I am with the downloads, I don't tend myself to need it as much. Mm-hmm. It is a great tool to help you feel present, but after a while, you're gonna start to realize that you don't need it. Like mushrooms and psilocybin or like plant medicine, they're as tools, but those like once you built the house, you don't need the tools anymore. Right? So it's like once you have that foundation, you don't need it anymore. It'll be more like a fun recreational thing. Like, oh, hey, I'm going to eat some just to enjoy a movie.
So when we start them, they're more like learn what tool. You need to learn from it.
Like take the lesson from from the downloads, right?
And still do the work.
But then you'll get to the point where you're like, I'm happy. Okay, great. Now just use it as a recreational thing. Right? Like I love it. Like I'm gonna tell you, I was like straight up like I like taking like mushrooms for movies. Like I have a dope ass theater set up at my house. I'm very antisocial. You may think I'm sociable, but like
Me too, bro.
Nah, like I give so much energy to my clients. Like I love the shit out of my coaching clients, out of my followers. Like at the end of the day, like you could take everything away from me, but like
bullshit. You don't look antisocial, bro. I've seen your
because
Instagram.
Like this is like stuff like my followers need to hear my word. Like I am their prophet. Like that's all I see it. Like I have to be this way so I could receive downloads for what they needed to hear that day.
So you think a lot of us that are here to do good need to fight over that?
I'm happy. I'm happy you get those thoughts because the God or Satan, the universe, whatever the fuck you want to call it, they're testing you because they know the level you should be at. So are you up for the challenge or are you just going to bitch out? But once you accept the challenge, like whatever challenges you have, you're meant to have those challenges. Why? Because then you'll have a better message to share to your loved ones. Maybe you're the first person in your family to break the generational curse of being overweight. Maybe your whole family's overweight, but maybe you're the one that finally stepped up to the challenge because the universe was trying to give that challenge to your family for lots of years. And then you were the one to step up to be like, hey, I accept the challenge. I'm here to lose the weight.
And it's probably more than the weight, huh? I think getting that routine and developing that mindset, the weight is more like how you're going to feel about yourself when you're fit. And then if it's hard to feel good about yourself when you don't literally feel good about yourself.
100%. I used to be like 4% body fat and I was a miserable piece of shit. I was depressed. Yeah. I was still the same way. My form of validation is my routine. So it's the same thing with you. Like once you lose the weight, it's not about the weight. It's the routine that got you there. Just keep up with the routine. I don't even if your audience just listens to everything I told them to do. Did I say lose weight? I didn't say that much. I just said do the routine. The downloads will come. Listen to those downloads. Take action on those downloads. Delay your gratification, and you will live the life you're meant to live. But this world, this earthly world, is like the government, whatever you want to call it. They're feeding you all this shit. They're feeding you the drugs.
I'm always tired, bro.
Being tired is just a form of being cozy. Being tired is a form of you feeling like you don't have a purpose here on earth, right? Like for me, like if I sleep 4 to 5 hours, great. But how do I snap out of being tired? I'm going to tell you right now. Easiest hacker. I called someone on my contacts that I love. I call them and I get up. You're only tired when you sit down, right? Obviously in the trucking scene, you have to sit down. So that's like your job. But like, let's just pretend you're not a trucker. When you put yourself in a cozy situation, you get tired. If right now we could just be walking outside, we could be having this podcast outside, and chances are you wouldn't feel, because like, man, I feel great. The sun's on my face. Like, ooh, this is a great day. Now let's just change the scenario. Now like we're sitting here. It's cozy. It's nice and cold. I'm not gonna lie. I love it in here. It's fucking cozy. I could fall asleep right now, right? But keyword is you got yourself in a cozy state. You're not tired. You just put yourself in a cozy state.
Cozy. That makes me feel guilty. Like I'm lacking in something.
So stop saying I'm. Stop saying me. Stop saying I. It's all me. It's not. But like, hey, like, it's like, okay, like I learned today. Wow, I was meant to have this conversation. Am I going to act on it or am I not going to act on it? Right?
Yeah.
Like if you tell yourself you're an alien from outer space, you're going to be a lot more successful. That's, again, that's a fucked up thing I'm saying, but.
Hey, okay, go repeat that because I kind of like that.
That's me. Like honest to God, like, oh man, dude, I fucking love your audience. Like I'm being really vulnerable. Like I tell myself I'm not from this planet.
I love that. I love that.
But why do I tell myself that? Because if I'm not from this planet, I'm not going to conform to the addictions, the mindset, the food, and the shit that this planet is giving to me. I'm going to delay all that gratification because I'm not human. I don't need that because I'm not human.
Well, we're all spiritual beings having a human experience.
Well, amen to that. Yes, we could get another podcast for another day. But I agree wholeheartedly what you said. But if I tell myself I'm not human, like I'm not from this planet,
it helps that mindset, right?
Then you get cocky. You're like, "Fuck yeah, man! Yeah. I'm not human at all. I don't
fuck what they say. I'm going back to Mars at midnight."
Yeah, it's like that. It's like
when
cool.
My shift is up, ain't nobody gonna matter that judges me.
That's true, bro. Oh my God, talking about death. Like, remember Betty White? She was only talked about for like 2-3 weeks, and she was a fucking icon, right? She died, right? Obviously, like, it's kind of funny that like when you die, like people aren't gonna be remembering you at your funeral. They're gonna be arguing about the money that you left and the food that was served that day, right? So like, might as well go out with the bang. Like, he really into religion a lot, but like, if Jesus wasn't crucified, we wouldn't be talking about him to this day. He went out with a bang. He died for all of us, religious or not. Let's just pretend you and read the Bible just for what it is. He died for our sins, right? So we could return back to heaven, right? Keyword, he died. He went out with the bang. He was crucified. He suffered for us, right? So maybe we are meant to suffer. Maybe if we suffer and we learn to love the suffering, we forget that we're suffering and we're just living life.
Yeah.
Like if you learn to love the suffering and you fake love it, guess what? You'll get to the point where you like it. And you're like, oh man, bring on this challenge, dog. I'm not human. All right. Other outer world gave me this challenge today. I accept it. I'm going to show up to the plate because I know by you challenging me, you're too scared of the person that I could become. So you're giving me this challenge right now so I could back down and be a little bitch. That's why you're giving me this challenge, because you want me to go into my inner demons. You want me to go back to my past. But if I step up to the plate, I'm going to show you that I am the best motherfucking person, and I accept that challenge.
Ooh. Do you have a challenge for the audience? Because we're almost out of time here. Anything you want to end it with a bang?
Just
maybe?
Quick bang.
What about a challenge for them? Like a easy, like universal challenge that they can kind of get in to dabble with this whole routine stuff. Let's pretend they have a 9 to 5, right?
Okay.
Well, what's a quick little, a little
so if you have
routine you could set up for them?
So if you have a 9 to 5, grab out a pen and notepad. So I tell everybody on my Zoom calls, grab out a pen and notepad. All right, let's run this bitch. Very simple. So you have a 9 to 5, right? So you work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So would you like to work out? Would you like to move your body in the morning or after work? What would you like?
Morning.
Okay, great. So this is what you're gonna do. What time do you normally wake up at?
6
a.m. Okay.
I try.
Try. What time do you normally fall asleep at?
10. 9.
10 or 9. Okay, great. I want you to put your bed alarm for 9:30 a.m. So once you hear that alarm, I want you to go lay down. Just close your eyes. Okay. So chances are you're probably going to wake up at between 5:30 to 7, right? Whenever you wake up, I want you to be up. If you naturally wake up at 2 or 3, stay the fuck up. Oh my gosh, I forgot I talked about your audience. Like
What
whatever,
if I wake up just to take a leak?
like
That's not an official wake up.
but if you feel kind of awake, don't go back to sleep. That is the secret of the universe is found right there. Like if you wake up between like 2 to 4, a lot of downloads happen at that time.
Okay.
But then you have that battle of like, oh man, I was so cozy in bed.
Yeah, society says I need
to sleep, the average person needs to sleep 8 hours. Fuck that, dog. I'm not from this planet, dog.
Oh, we go back to that.
Yeah, it's like, hey, my home planet was telling me to wake up at this time for a reason. Let me stay up and receive those downloads. But anyways, back to your routine. Sorry for getting off topic. Right when you wake up, I want you to chug. You see the Costco size water bottle you have right there? 16.9 ounces.
Yeah.
That Costco size water bottle everybody can get at the Costco. I want you to chug that water bottle as fast as you can. Pretend it's like a sake bomb race. Although I don't drink anymore. Pretend it's like a sake bomb race. Gargling that shit all the way down to the dome. And I want you to set an alarm on your phone for every 3 hours. So every 3 hours, when you hear that alarm on your phone, you're going to chug that water bottle as fast as you can. Okay?
How many bottles a day?
It's not that many. Maybe like 4 to 6. And it just depends how long you're up.
Every 3 hours.
Every 3 hours. You're going to chug that water bottle as fast as you can. Okay? The next thing I want you to do, I just want you to commit to moving.
Can you give me that water? I want to chug it.
Here, I got you the water.
I want to chug it.
Let me get you the water.
Here you go.
And I want you to chug that water bottle. Like whatever thoughts you're having, let me know what thoughts you have after. Chug it as fast as you can. Let me know what you're thinking
do it
about.
right now? Okay.
Yeah, do it right now. Chug it. Keep going. Get it. There we go. Come on.
I feel I got the water out of the way. That's a plus. I'm drinking water, bitches.
That's what I'm saying. So it's a fun challenge, right? It's like, hey, you stepped up to the plate. It's an easy challenge. So every 3 hours, it's a quick mindset shift of like, oh my God, like you were stressed on this situation. Oh, the alarm went off. Let me chug that water. You're chugging that water. It's going to make you forget about the thoughts that you have.
And towards the end, you kind of run out of breath. I mean,
But what thoughts did you have towards the end?
Towards the end, it's more like, it's a little tiny challenge. It's like,
but you weren't thinking about anything else.
But it's like, keep going, motherfucker. Keep going, motherfucker.
But you weren't thinking about anything else. You were thinking about the water.
I'm just focusing on getting that bottle done
to the dome, right?
And then I could take a deep breath.
Right? That's what I'm saying. That's all that matters is just that breath. So the whole point of the hyperhydration is you're signaling your mind that you have an unlimited resource of water. When your body knows that you have an unlimited resource of water, it's going to let go of the water it's holding. Hence, you're going to start losing weight just by doing hyperhydration. Right? So just hyperhydration every 3 hours. That's all I need you to do. Move your body for 30 minutes. It could be inside your house. It could be however you want to do it. Just move your body. I'm not telling you to work out. Just go get some sunlight. All right? Us as humans, we're not getting enough sunlight right now. That's why we're always depressed and stressed out because we're not seeing the sun. Right? Yeah. So get some sunlight. Even if it's moving your body, you can move your body in the backyard, look at the sun, be like, oh my God, I'm so grateful I'm moving my body. That's it. Go into bed alarm. Hyperhydration every 3 hours. Move your body for 30 minutes outside. And if you can't move your body, just sit outside and enjoy the sun. That's it.
What time did they stop eating?
So the eating is like a myth. So like everybody's different. Like there's like if you're a trucker, I do recommend like if you have a consistent trucking schedule, I do recommend coming up with like an eating time. So like for me, I wake up at 3:30, but I don't have my first meal between 12 to 1. Because if I eat before that, I work out fast. I hate working out. Working out is just for my mental health. It's not for my physical appearance, to be honest. It's just it takes care of my sanity. But if I delay my eating, because it's all bullshit, like you have to eat protein once you're done. No, you don't, dog. But let's just say you work out, right? By the time it's 12 or 1 and I eat, I'm not going to get sleepy. I know if I eat in the morning, I get really lazy. Like if I eat, I'm like, oh man, I'm tired.
We don't pay attention to our body as much, do we?
What's that?
Sometimes we don't pay attention to our body. Like
right.
It tells us like, hey, this is not a good time for you to eat. Like you just mentioned.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it doesn't mean much. We're just like, oh, you're just tired.
Yeah.
It doesn't just happen. Like there's cause and effect, right? What you put in.
Yeah.
And you put it in too soon. In your case, it makes you tired.
It makes you tired. And it puts me in a cozy state. So I'm going to be tired the rest of the day.
And how many times did you have to go through that to realize, to be aware of that?
A lot. And sometimes I do fuck up. And then I realized, fuck, I'm tired.
That's why I don't do it.
That's why I don't do it. And I'm delaying my gratification. I'm like, oh man, I'm proud of myself. I'm delaying this gratification. Like, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Then I'll have my first meal at 1, and then I'll probably have my last meal between like 6 to 7. And then that's it.
2 meals a day?
I don't want your audience to just like, for me, snacking.
Okay.
Like I just to say, like, whenever I have my first meal, if it's at 1 or 12, my last meal will be at 7. That's it. I don't care how many times you eat between those hours. Just for me, I'm not gonna lie. I'll eat at 12 or 1. I'll eat at 4. Then at nighttime, if I can't control my ice cream gratification, I'll get like coconut ice cream from Trader Joe's. Just instead of milk, it's coconut based. If not, if I want to be healthy, which that's my goal every night, is blueberries, frozen blueberries. I know this sounds weird, but Trader Joe's, they have like this cheese powder. You know, like the seasonings. There's a cheese flavor seasoning. It's bomb. Cheese flavor seasoning with the lotus seasoning from Trader Joe's. That's like my snack.
On blueberries?
I know it's really weird, but I love it, and it's bomb. And then that's
Are
it.
you pregnant, bro?
No, I just love it. I've had weird food cravings throughout my whole life. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
You're not from this planet.
I'm not from this planet, right? So like, and it's funny, like if this podcast is gonna keep going, like it's funny, like when you try to be healthy, people judge you. Like, why the fuck are you being healthy? I'm like, bro, like you're losing right now because this earth, this planet, or like this society wants you to think healthy is drinking, healthy is eating fast food, healthy is snacking. They're only telling you it's healthy because they want you to fucking die. So the other motherfuckers, the 1%ers, could live. The 1%ers, you don't see them at the drive-thru. You don't. You really don't. They get their food fucking cooked or shipped or imported or whatever. They have a home chef, right? Those are the 1%ers. Why can I not be deserving of accepting that? Those 1%ers, they're past family stepped up to the plate. Like I told you to step up to the plate. Those 1%ers, maybe their generation before them stepped up to the plate. And now that generation was able to bless them. I'm sorry, but that's how the cookie crumbles. You might be the person in your family tree that becomes that sets the standards for your family to be the 1%ers of this earth. Are you going to do that? Or are you going to hit snooze? Amen.
Anything else you want to add?
And I appreciate it. If you guys want to text me, I'm down to give you my personal cell phone number. I do have a couple business lines, but this is my personal cell. My boy that I was talking to, he has a special place in my heart, and truck drivers do have a special place in my heart. So my cell phone number is 909-635-5837. Feel free to text me if you're going through a hard time. If you want to follow me on social media, it's Losbodybyu, so Losbodybyu. Reach out to me if you want to have a conversation. We're going through a hard time, or you feel like you want to delay that gratification, you need someone to talk to. Shoot me a message.
Yeah, thank you for coming on and being here for the audience and me, because I learned a few things. I'm definitely gonna take that with me, the whole hyper hydration. We gotta talk more about that.
Hyperhydration, yeah.
And then I'm definitely interested in picking your brain a little more, so we'll see where that goes, huh?
There you go.
So thank you guys for tuning in, and see you on the next one.
Thanks, Port Pros. Appreciate you guys.
Peace.